Yeah, good afternoon. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 3rd of May 2025. This is my weekly analysis video where we have a look at some of the Forex pairs. I'm trading on the daily time frame using the high probability and divergence trading methods from my books. Okay, it is coming to you from Da Nang. I am coming to you from Da Nang, Vietnam. So I moved back here last Thursday. Is this my second video here? Would be. Yeah. All right, hope everyone's weekend's going okay. I'll eventually move out of my hotel room from Monday. I've got a place, so it's just about 100 metres from the hotel, so it's good. Um, and once I do that, I'll get back in a routine and get out of this tourist drinking mode, catching up with all my friends and that. All right, first up, thanks for watching the video. If you do like them, hit the like button and subscribe button. That's always appreciated. Let's get into it, eh? Let's get in it. There's not actually much happening, so this won't sort of take long. This is TradingView. I do all my analysis on TradingView. I actually trade on MT5, but this just makes it easier to write notes, etc., and it looks prettier than MT5. My watch list on the right here, you should be able to see most of it. Different colors for different types of trade management techniques. As you know, in the last few weeks, I've reduced this list somewhat, and there's still a few straggling pairs down here that we'll go through. Right, so let's get into it. Now, just keep in mind, I'm not a trade signal provider. Please don't follow me blindly. I get things wrong at times. Um, and everyone's got a different approach or approach to risk and that, so just don't follow me blindly. I'm doing this with my JAGfx accounts, which it's pretty transparent. Everyone knows that you can go to the spreadsheet. You can see my what do you call it? The user ID. I've got two accounts. This one's struggling a bit, but my dollar cost averaging one's starting to pick up now nicely, so it's been good. All right, let's go through the list. Aussie yen. All my notes are on the right. Any open trades, basically, or most of the time, it's on the right for the open trades. We're going to buy from the what's that? From the open of this candle, roughly. Well, not the open, but close enough to it. 11th of April, we're going to buy, and already closed half. The MACD Platinum went through the zero level, and we closed above the moving average 20. Closed half, put the stop up. Now, the stop's here above the entry, so I can't lose on this trade at all. Hopefully, this MA20 will turn up and go up, and I can trail this up. But because the MACD Platinum's above the zero level, I'm basically in sell mode. Remember, we're looking to sell when the MACD Platinum's above the zero level being the zero level, that dotted white line there, and buy when it's below the zero level. So this is a good buy signal, even though the trend's down. And the thing with Forex pairs, they don't go down forever or up forever. You might think some of the yen pairs do, but generally they don't. I'll eventually have a pullback, and that'll be enough to get us in somewhere and get some profit. In the meantime, started drawing these red trend lines in here for potential hidden bearish divergence forming. If this keeps on going up, price keeps on going up, that line's like that, it's no longer valid, just delete the lines. But in the meantime, it's just a bit of preparation, and it gives me a heads up what's coming up. And also with divergence, it gives me an idea where to, if I could tighten my stop up, stuff like that. In this case, I'm in a buy, and if this starts to turn with hidden bearish divergence, I'm going to bring the stop up nice and tight. So see, Aussie yen, can't lose on that, all good. Now, Monday, this is the only trade signal. But before we get into that, let's have a look what's happened. Over here, you'll see a buy. So this buy was taken on this date, 15th of April, this blue line. Remember, buys are blue. There was divergence there. You can see all the lines drawn. It was a nice hidden bullish divergence. Took the buy somewhere in here. MACD Plat went through the zero level, closed half at this previous high here, closed half, put a stop place. And on the 1st of May, the kids, pretty close. Hang on a sec. Yeah, sorry about that. Just had to pause for a sec because people outside my room. So we've got a So we stopped out on the first. It was actually this one here. Just so it stopped out for a small overall profit. So we can get rid of this, which we'll do. So we're not going to cause any confusion. So that's gone. That buy is gone. No longer a thing. Ding. And there it is there. So we'll get this over here. And I'll delete these two just while we're here. Or not. I don't like to clutter up the chart too much with stuff that's old stuff, unless it support resistance levels. So what we've got now is a sell on Monday. We've got this nice, pardon me, my throat's struggling a bit, so got this nice resistance level and price here, or a double top, so you can see it there. Red QMP dot, you can see it there, it's clear, and MACD Platinum's just above the zero level, so that's not ideal where the MACD Platinum is. But this is one of the multi-sequence hedging pairs I'm trading, so not a problem. It moves nicely. If you look at history, red dot, blue dot, red dot, blue dot, red dot, you can see it has some nice moves. So it's not a pair I get too concerned about. Always seems to find its way out. So this red line here, I don't know where it's going to be because I don't know where the market's going to open or where I'm going to get in. Remember the, pardon me, remember the daily candle for me, which is 5, for me is 4 a.m. open. So it opens at 4 a.m. in the morning on Monday morning. I won't be out of bed till about 6:30, and not much happens in that first couple of hours anyway. And even on a Monday morning, the spread takes a while for the spreads to come in. It takes about an hour and a half at least for the spreads to come in. So the pound CAD new sell on Monday. Like I said, I don't know what price is going to be as yet. So we're getting ready, and we're stopped out of that buy trade. All good. XAU USD, which is gold. We're in multiple trades here, multiple trades. All right, don't worry about the loss recovery. We've recovered that loss. That was this one here. We took that and we got that all sorted. We've got a stop in place now. Can't lose on that. I could probably bring that stop up a bit. Where is it? It's in here. There at the moment. I could probably bring it up. Make sure we don't lose on the second half of the trade. So I'll look at that on Monday or possibly for Tuesday. Sequence 1, you can see the notes up here. Just pause the video. We're on trade 3. So sell, hedge buy, second sell, second hedge buy, trade 3 there. Sequence 2, this buy sequence here. What have we got here? Buy, sell, but I think I closed that already. That was buy, sell, buy. Yeah, sequence 4, this one here, same as a loss recovery trade. This is why I'm splitting up. This is why I'm splitting up the watch list, because it's just too confusing when you throw in loss recovery and multiple sequence hedging. So we've got to stop in place. We can't lose on that. So sequence 2, sweet. Sequence 3, we're through the break even for sequence 3. So it's a sell, buy, second sell. The buy being the hedge. And there's the break even level, that yellow dashed line there. Sequence 4 was this buy here. Again, MACD flat below the zero level. It's a standalone trade. Once it's gone up, I also closed half of that and got a stop in place. The stop is the same for all these trades, 3, 1, 5, 2, 0, 1. So basically got 3 trades with that same stop. And sequence 5 is a sell, and it's getting close. The MACD Platinum's getting close to the zero level. It's not quite yet, still above it. And here's the overall break even for the multiple sequence hedge trade, that solid yellow line. So we haven't got far to go to get down to that. And once we get down through there, I'm going to start closing some of these trades out. So we're not looking too bad. The only thing I probably could do is move that stop up. Hang on a sec, just move this a bit. We'll get a bit. So this stops here at the moment. Ideally, I might get it up just in there, below that candle there. So that's what I'll try and do on. Actually, I'll do that on Monday open. I'll move the stop up just below that wick there, which is going to be about 319823. 319823. So any of those buy trades have got a stop in place. On Monday, I'm moving the stop up to 3,198 and 23 cents on the gold trades. Right, that's Monday's task. All right, that's it for gold. We're looking pretty good there. Shouldn't be too much problem getting out of this with some money. We've already covered that big loss, so that was good. All right, Aussie USD in a buy trades. We're in a couple of buys. I remember I went into DCA mode on this. You can see my notes there. Already closed most of it and got a stop in place. Now trailing it up. Red dot on the MACD pattern above the zero level, hence the grey vertical line. It's just like a warning signal for me. The Australian dollar's been stuck at this level here for a while. We might extend that a little bit. It's not. It's at about the 64-cent level. You can see it's a resistance level here. It's struggling to break through, and these green lines, that's 60 cents, so that's a big bounce off that, and it may struggle a little bit. This is 65 cents. Big round numbers. Sometimes a lot of traders work on them, especially when it comes to support, resistance levels and stuff like that. So we can't lose on the Aussie, so it's all good. Bitcoin, we're in a buy trade from 10th of April. And it's gone up nicely, Again, these green levels are round numbers. This case is the 80,000 level, 90,000. And look where we're heading back towards again, 100,000. We've got a red dot on the MACD pattern above the zero level. And we've got a little bit of regular bearish divergence there. So in the meantime, I'm trailing my stop up. You can see my stop level just below the 90,000 level. So we can't lose on this trade at all. Bitcoin's been pretty kind to me. It's I'm starting to get more confident with it, I guess is the word, confident. But I tend to be more bullish. I tend to have a more bullish bias than a bearish bias. So I'm a bit gun shy when it comes to the bearish side of Bitcoin. But as we all know, it does have massive pullbacks at times. So it's maybe not such a bad thing, but I'm just a bit more confident on the buy side. Can't lose on Bitcoin, so all good there. Pound yen, another trade that we can't lose on. We took a buy on the 16th of April. We had a nice close above the 20 moving average. MACD platinum through the zero level, closed half, trailing my stop. Can't lose on that trade at all. Stop. Ideally, I want to see this SMA 20 turn up and we can trail it up, hopefully. It's just a matter of common sense where you trail it. I use the 20 SMA, simple moving average 20. That's that browny grey looking line there. Or obvious little like fractal like that little low there. Right, silver, XAG, USD. There is a trade that was stopped out. So this buy trade from the 11th of April, that's finished. We'll delete that. So it's this one here. Stopped out for profit, so we didn't lose on that. As you can see, it stops well above it. And then we took a sell. In here, MACD platinum above the zero level. Hidden bearish divergence, which I like. Sells there, and then at the moment, MACD platinum still above the zero level. We've probably got a close below the SMA 20, but it hasn't really moved enough to get me excited to take half and put a stop in places yet. I'll keep an eye on the MACD platinum, see how we go. And these are big round numbers. That's a $30 level. That's a $35 level. So at the moment, looking good on silver, XAG, USD. Euro, AUD, in a sell, can't lose. Took a sell back here on the 14th of April, and it's gone down. We've closed half, stop in place. See, it's above the highs here and also just above the SMA 20 inside the entry, so we can't lose on that. That's a sell. That was based on regular bearish divergence. We've got potential hidden bullish divergence forming at the moment. As I said previously, green trend lines, or any trend lines, just keep on adjusting them. So if it keeps on coming, price keeps on coming down like that, it's no longer valid, just delete them. looking good on that. Can't lose on that trade, which I like to hear. New Zealand CAD. We're in a couple of trades here now. We'll go to the buy first. So this is a buy taken on the 11th of April. It's gone up. I've trailed my stop, closed half, MACD platinum through the 0 level. You know, I sound like a broken record, but that's just what it does. It's just the way it is. And we've also got to close above the SMA 20 there, which I'm not sure where I closed half. I don't write the dates down. I have to you go to my spreadsheet and have a look. Everything's on the spreadsheet. So we got a closed half of that. We can't lose on the buy. All good. Sell. Took a sell here a couple of days ago on the Thursday, 1st of May. And it really hasn't gone anywhere yet. But the good thing is my buy hasn't been stopped out either. So even if this sell just keeps on going up, it's no big deal. I've still got this buy on, so it offsets any of the losses from the sell. And then I also go into my, in this case, it's a traditional hedge mode. These three pairs in blue, the Euro, Aussie, New Zealand CAD, New Zealand USD, they're traditional hedge type ones. So this sell here, there's a nice resistance level in the blue line. It's a little bit hard to see there. And there's also a bit of hidden bearish divergence. MACD platinum's a fair distance above the 0 level, which is good. So happy to trade this. I like trading this pair. It moves nicely. It never has, other than the odd candle like that, it's generally pretty good pair to trade. It's looking good on the New Zealand CAD. And we go to its cousin, New Zealand USD. We're in multiple. This with sequence 1 here, you'll see the grey lines. That was actually trade 1. That was a hedge, and that's trade 2. That's the first blue line there. So it's a traditional hedge. Buy, hedge, sell, second buy. So I've already closed out most of it, and stop and place, can't lose on that. All good. Then I've taken a sell on yesterday, Friday. Took a sell, and it's sort of not going that well at the moment. There's a nice big round number here, which gives me a bit more confidence. 60-cent level in the New Zealand USD. This is a 55-cent level down here. But the good thing is, again, like the New Zealand CAD, it's no big deal if it turns up and goes up. I've got a plan action to take, an action plan. But I'll just try and trail the stop up in this buy, and that will help offset the loss if that's the case. You can see the MACD platinum's turning down, so you think price will probably go with it. Who knows? Aussie Swiss. All right, I did just close out all my trades. All right. Closed all trades for a small overall profit yesterday. So I took a buy here. Took a second buy here on a trend line break. So this trend line here, took a second buy in there. Had an overall break even up here somewhere. It didn't quite, MACD platinum still below the 0 level. Then we had this sell signal here. So I just hedged those two trades. So I think that was 0.12, 0.12 for the second one. So I took 0.24 sell. That's just a hedge. Took a third trade here, which was, I think it was 0.36. On this buy signal here, found support at this round number, which is the 50-cent level. There's that round, that green dash line there. Bounced off that nicely. That's a good signal. Took a buy. Took a while. Poked up through there a couple of times. And the MACD platinum's already through the 0 level. Yesterday got a red dot on the MACD platinum up the 0 level. So I thought, all right, just get out. And look, it could continue up, and I could probably could have made more money. But if it had turned and there was an opportunity with the MACD platinum already through the 0 level, not to get out, I'd be kicking myself. So out of all the trades now, I'll tidy this chart up once the video's done. All right. Had to pause there for a little sneezing fit, but all good. Yeah, so in the meantime, we're setting up for potential hidden bearish divergence again. So, and you know what I think about the hidden divergences? I love them. So I'm very confident trading them. So that's the overall break even, that yellow dash line there. So we broke through that, and there was a bit of swap in my favour too, which was good. Euro USD, in multiple trades here. Now, just pause the video and read my notes. So, sequence 5 is a traditional hedge. So at the moment, we're on trade 4. There's my break even. So, sell, hedge buy, second sell, second hedge buy, third sell, third hedge buy, 4 sell, break even there. At least we're slowly heading towards it, which is good. Sequence 7. I went into DCA mode, dollar cost averaging. So sell, second sell is that one. That's the third sell. And the break even for that is this line here, which we're still a fair way off. Sequence 8, it's a buy. I've already closed half, stops up there. So there's the entry down there. There's a stop. I could probably bring that stop up, and I probably should bring that stop up. I'll give it another day, a little bit like gold. There, I'm probably dragging my feet a bit with the stops, but that's no problem. We can't lose on sequence 8. Sequence 1, this buy here. Again, nice signal. MACD plateaued through the 0 level. Price went up. Sequence 1, close half and stop at the same level, 108. Oh, sorry, 1.10877. So it's the same stop for those buy trades. As I said, I'll give it a day and I'll probably bring the stop up. Sequence 2 is this sell. MACD plateaued above the 0 level, regular bearish divergence, and we're just below the entry level now. Now, we just need a bit of a push down, and because I've got so many different trade management techniques here, I've got a bit of leeway. I can mix and match a bit, and yeah, when you've got multiple trades on a pair, it gives you options, and especially trading the daily time frame, you can sit down and think a bit, like now the MACD platinum through the 0 level, what's the different scenarios, should I close? Sequence 2, sell, we'll just tighten that up, close half and put a stop in place there, which is probably the smart thing to do. But because we've had a couple of bearish candles, and we had non-farm payroll, or the US employment numbers on Friday, obviously weren't good, so it looks like the euro's heading down. Good for the US, or were good for the US dollar. So we're heading down. So I'll give it another day and see what happens. But I'm not too stressed about this. You've got a bit of overall profit there and stuff. Yeah. So we'll just build on it. Pound Aussie, no trades. No trades, nothing happening. It's been a bit ugly. This little crap in here just stuff things up. Because look, it's not a bad pair. It moves nicely until you get uncertainty in the markets like that. That was around that tariff kerfuffle. Now we're dropping down. We've got a red dot in the MACD platinum below the 0 level. Right, getting into the pairs now. I'm just waiting to clear the trades. This is probably my problem pair at the moment, the pound USD. Couple of reasons, I missed one trade. I was late to one trade, which probably messed up my whole sequence, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And I also went in with the wrong position size. I've basically gone in with a double position size, which is putting a lot of stress on the account. And we've had some big, and as Murphy's Law would have it, we've had some big losses, especially on the loss recovery side. But the last trade was this sell up here, sequence 9. I've managed to close out a few, so it's no big deal. We're getting there slowly. Like S2's gone, sequence 2, there we go there. So sequence 2, that's all trades closed for a profit. You can see we're building up a bit of a profit bank there, and I'll use that. Say for example, right, there's $698 profit there. Just on these, I'm referring just to these trades. Don't worry about the loss recovery, they're different kettle of fish. But just all these multiple sequence trades, if I get to the stage where I'm down overall $698 here on the account at the time, and with the open trades on this pair, I'll just close it and it'll be an overall break-even sort of result. So that's why I tally that profit there. It just gives me a bit of a buffer, and I can use that to help All right, let's have a look where we're at. So there's multiple sequence. Sequence 2's gone. So we've deleted, we've finished with that. You can have a look at my shared spreadsheet for all the details, all the trades closed. So it frees up margin, gets rid of some of the trades. And that was an overall profit. No dramas there. So we've got sequence 1, sequence 3, sequence 1, sequence. These are all multi-sequence hedging trades, so they're all involved. Sequence 5 is another one, and where the lines line up. So there's a break even for sequence 1, which is not that far away in this pair. Sequence 3 is a little bit higher there. Sequence 5 break even's there, so that's not too far away. And sequence 7 break even's pretty close to it already. And we've taken a couple of, what's that one? Sequence it is, let's have a look. Sequence 6, right, sequence 6. So it's a buy, hedge sell, second buy. We've already closed because the MACD, that was all taken in this area here. So once the MACD goes through the 0 level, we get a nice pop up there, price. We took some action. So sequence 6 is not there anymore, but I have to keep it on the chart because it's a part of these previous sequences. But it's only got the one buy trade from where that sequence 8's marked up. I know it's a bit confusing, but I've basically put myself in a position I can't lose on sequence 6 at all. There's a stop there, and stops up just below the 20 moving average. Sequence 7 is another multiples trade too, so sell, buy, sell. And sequence 8's a buy, closed half on sequence 8 also. Where's that taken in here? There. So the entry just there, and stops up there. Can't lose on that. So that'll add to the profit also. So sequence 6 and sequence 8, they're good. And sequence 9 is just a new sell taken there, including obviously with these sequences. And it's heading down nicely. So we just keep an eye on it. Overall break evens, that solid yellow line. So it's not too far away. But the biggest, I'll probably be on this pair for a while, making up this loss recovery. I did manage to get a profit on that last trade I closed, which is this buy here, which was a T trade 11 buy. Got a 2,400, so that took a fair chunk of the loss out. So the loss is only down to 4,700. It sounds like a lot, but when you're trading at 0.78 on a pair that moves pretty nicely, it's not too bad. And if this price just keeps on dropping like a rock, I'll be happy, because there's my target 1, target 2 for these loss recovery, which I don't expect to get to, but as long as I make some profit on that side, on the loss recovery, that's good. It'll just reduce this, make my next target smaller on the buy side. But in the meantime, we're heading in the right direction slowly, which is good. USD CAD, this is just a traditional hedging. So buy, hedge sell, second buy, second hedge sell. So we're hedged at the moment on that, waiting on a new buy signal. And it's just gone a bit sideways. Loss recovery, we've taken we've got a loss of about $450, and we're waiting on a valid buy signal. So the first buy was here for the loss recovery, trade 1. That was that one. That was trade 2, and we got a reversal, just exited, and now we're waiting on a valid MACD platinum signal for the next buy to try next trade to try and recover that loss recovery. USD Singapore dollar. Sequence 1 is a traditional hedge, and that's on a hedge 4 at the moment. So buy, hedge sell, second buy, hedge sell, third buy, hedge sell, fourth buy, fourth hedge sell. The thing I like about this, all these trades are taken in a fairly compact, tight sort of area between that buy up there and that sell down there. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a move. So it gives me options when it comes to, I could go into dollar cost averaging. So if we get a buy signal down here, I may just close all the sells, take all the profit from the sells, add it to my little list down here, my profit list, and then just look for a buy and try and get as much upside as possible. The rugby's playing. My team lost there. That one, they lost by about 3 points. My rugby league team, the Roosters, they had a good win yesterday, which is great. Yeah, so waiting on the buy. In the meantime, sequence 2 was this sell, buy, second sell, and we've well and truly made money on that, and we've closed most, and now trailing the stop down here, so we can't lose on sequence 2, so it's adding to the profit. And we also had 2 loss recovery sequences because I was in 2 different sequences there. 2 loss recovery, both of them have been closed, or not closed, partial closes. There's loss recovered on both, and we've got a trailing stop on both. So it's the same trailing stop for all trades. So that's a good thing, because that's given me plenty of profit, and we just got to work out how to get out of the sequence 1. So that's USD, Singapore dollar. And in the meantime, we've got all this divergence forming. You can see it there. That was that one there was a what was that? That was nothing. Yeah, I don't know. We've got regular divergence now forming. So, but there was a big drop on Friday. Right, let's have a look. See what happened in the US stock market. It's going up nicely. This is US 500. Start to head back up. The low down there. Broke a few lows on the way down, obviously. That's these blue lines here. And it's now heading up with potential divergence. MACD pattern through the 0 level. Potential hidden bearish divergence, but I've got a feeling this will just keep on going up. That'll be no longer valid. And like I always say, I've got more of a bullish bias than anything. All right, boys and girls, that's it for my video. Sorry about my crap voice. It's just not functioning right. Big few days, friends, catching up with a lot of people, and weekend, and I'm looking forward to getting in my apartment, just get back into the routine, getting out of this hotel room. It's a bit messy. I keep on missing the cleaners somehow. All right, enjoy the weekend, stay safe, and thanks for watching. Cheers.